I'm Susan from BakeWithMom.com. Make a chocolate mousse torte. When you're separating your egg whites, be sure and keep the yolks and put them in the refrigerator until later, because we'll be using those in our chocolate mousse. We're going to start with our pan. I've got some parchment paper here, and we're going to go around our bowl to make a template. And then we're going to put it upside down so that we don't get any lead on our mousse. In here I have 2 egg whites. I use jumbo eggs when I make this. And we're going to turn our beater on high. I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1/2 teaspoon of distilled vinegar. This helps our whites to firm up nicely. Now we want to wait until they start forming peaks, and then we're going to add our sugar and cinnamon. While this is beating, we're going to preheat our oven to 275 degrees. Okay, I'm going to show you how these stand up. We've got it to the point where it stands up some on its own. Now it's going to get a lot stiffer when we add our sugar and cinnamon. So now that it's at this point, we're going to add 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Add it gradually. We want it to dissolve totally in our egg whites. Now I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon, and I like to heap it a little bit, of my cinnamon, because I love being generous with my spices. What we're making now is called really a sham torte shell. It'll start getting glossy, and it really stands up now and is stiff. There's our shell ready to go in the oven. We're going to put it in the oven at 275 for 1 hour. Our 60 minutes have gone by, so we're going to turn our oven off. This is what it looks like. I'm going to put it back in the oven. We're going to let it sit in that warm oven for at least 2 hours. It'd be better if it would be overnight, but if that's not convenient for you, 2 hours should be sufficient to let it set and stay good in the oven. And we'll make our chocolate mousse. Paper, and put it on a serving plate. And we're going to melt 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate. I like to use Ghirardelli or something really good for making my chocolate mousse. You can use a double boiler, or you could use a microwave, but just make sure that you don't burn it. And we're going to let this melt. And while it's melting, we're going to whip our cream. A cup of whipped cream. I like to use the heavy whipped cream. Get this whipping. And while it's whipping, my chocolate is melting. I'm going to just wipe a thin layer of chocolate in the inside of my shell. To the chocolate, I'm going to add my egg yolks that we had saved. There's 2 egg yolks. And 1/4 cup of water. We're going to blend this into our chocolate. Our whipped cream is getting well whipped. We're going to add 1/4 cup of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. So now it's time to put a layer of whipped cream and cinnamon. To finish making our mousse, we're going to add our chocolate to our whipped cream. Make sure that your chocolate is cool before you add it to the whipped cream. You don't want it to curdle your cream. We're going to fold our chocolate into our whipped cream with a rubber spatula. You don't want to overdo it. It's okay if there's a few little white streaks in it. And what we're going to do is put it into our shell, our Mousse Torte shell. The reason you don't want to overdo it is because it would break down your whipped cream too much. Now we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it chill, and then we'll top it with some whipped cream. Be sure and refrigerate this. After our chocolate mousse is set for an hour, we're going to whip some cream to put on top to decorate it. I'm using about a half cup. Once it gets whipping and gets to a consistency I want, I'll add some sugar to it. About a tablespoon of sugar should be enough because this is a nice, rich chocolate mousse and we don't want to make it too sweet. So as it's thickening, I'm going to add some sugar to it, about a tablespoon. Then we're going to put it in a pastry rag, which you can get at almost any Walmart, and squeeze it on to make it pretty on our mousse. So I've cut the bottom out of my pastry bag and I've put in a star, and we're going to use a spatula to get it in. We're just going to squeeze this on to make it pretty. And there we have it.